Hello and welcome back to the last 9 holes of the 2024 PDGA Pro World Championships from Lynchburg, Virginia. You're watching JomezPro with BigSexy commentary, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
And it's been the same story at the beginning of each 9 that we've done since round 1. It's been the Isaac Robinson show. So far, he's holding on to a 4-shot lead currently over Niklas Anttila. And that was 6 just a moment ago. The bogey that he took on 9 finally cracked the door for these guys to get a little bit back into it. But that was a positive front 9 for Isaac Robinson in many, many ways. His lead only extended, and now they have 9 more holes to try to chip into this guy who's had an impenetrable suit all week, it appears. So accurate, very few mistakes, and man, 9 holes to go. It's got to be perfect for these guys chasing.
Hole 10, par 4, 908, down the big hill and then back up the other big hill on the other side. This one's got a ton of out of bounds, and we've seen just some crazy ground reaction as people try to get those drivers to slow down on the downslope out of sight from where the players are. So you never really know what's going on. You're just watching the spotter, hoping to see that green flag.
This is the right width. Push that OB line and then have it get the skip. And then what does it do from there? Mild.
Nice.
That's great.
Talked about it yesterday, but I love this mid-range play from Luke. This one is a little overcooked, though, I fear.
Oh, I like it when he starts it with Heiser. If you put Anheuser on it, it's just not going to flex back out. That was a missed angle release. But I'm with you. The play with his distance is great. But you have no room for error. And that's why most players are going to go with something stable, driver.
Very well done there. Landed it pretty flat. Never really threatened to roll.
Isaac's been taking a different approach in this hole from the rest of the field. He's going a little bit higher. And I like it because when it gets to the ground, it's checking. I mean, that didn't do really much at all. It's just pretty much exactly what you'd think it would do. And he's been doing it every single time.
I love it. I don't want any randomness introduced into this competition. And so I love to see all of those drives just sit where they deserve to sit.
Yep.
And may the best man win.
Luke, what a shot from back there. I think he had every bit of 560 into that pin.
That's incredible.
Gets it to turn up high, holds the turn, gets tons of distance. He's now got a scary putt.
This is so wide.
I don't know. I don't think so, Nate. And that crossed well on the other side of the sidewalk. The cart path.
Starting to finish.
This looks good. Okay.
Beautiful shot.
Pressure applied.
So much height. He threw it with a little bit of turn, but he has so much height. It's got time. No!
Whoa!
Had time to come back. Touches in bounds.
Yeah.
But it immediately jumps right.
Weird side spin. Yeah, Isaac's first reaction, did that cross? We can see that it did, but it's a group call, and that was so close. Okay, Gavin secured the bogey. It'll be Luke up next. Scary putt here. great par save.
Not a lot of people are going to get away with that. Going to OB right side early and having the guts and the power to attack the pin from way back there.
Hit, like right in here. Which is right where the line comes.
I mean, I definitely go right there, to be honest. So far, it's most like left. I definitely do kick right. Are they asking if it crossed?
Yeah, because it hit somewhere in this area.
I mean, I can't argue that it didn't, so I'd have to give it to you. It looked like it was super close, so.
Yeah, see, that's the extra.
I can't tell them it did. I know they bounced right, but also, yeah. I don't know, supposed to see
All right, a tie. That goes to you.
All right.
And it's the right call. So that is good work there for the card. Talking it out, and Isaac, good work on the par save. Just a little bit too wide on his approach shot. I like the height. Just took a very unfortunate sideways roll once it got to the ground. So Niklas will be taking just a single stroke and not two if they were to determine that Isaac did not cross up by the pin. But because they got it right, all is right in the world.
Over to Kevin Jones on 17, looking for that water skip.
Such a fun play. And it's a great...
If you go back and watch that again, there's one little metal pipe that sticks out of the middle of the lake, and he almost hit it.
Oh, that would be so weird.
It would be so annoying. You can see it right there, bottom of the screen in the middle. That's a great shot from Ezra. He's looking to hunt down a course record today.
And that record's still at 10, round 2 with Adam Hammis.
And I think Ezra has this putt to go to 10 with one hole remaining.
This gets him to 11.
Oh, even better.
He's got an opportunity to get another stroke. If he birdies 18, man, already incredible round. A lot of people's favorite to do some serious noise this week. So far, it's been his brother. But up 11 spots in a tie for 6th place currently. Heading into hole 11, all hazard here in front of the hay bales. The wide hyzer with the backhand has been the play to just try to hit this backside upslope and take your putt back towards the elevated basket.
Another very quick 2-stroke swing possibility. If someone were to leak a little long, find that sand trap, you're not seeing too many par staves converted from back there.
Niklas now just back 3, has a circle's edge putt back to the elevated 11th. This is a very soft release from Luke. Just trying to get really touchy and park it. Just came up a bit short.
Isaac with a lot of width. Distance is good. Edge of circle.
Got a little putt off for the top 2 players coming up. Oh,
Wow.
Calvin.
I did not expect that.
No, me neither.
That was for 5 in a row.
It just
Was starting to feel the momentum shift.
And Isaac can take an... Oh, no. And he hits the hay bales. That was very close to a par, getting everyone a stroke. But first, Luke has to knock this down. And he does. But man, par is going to be the best score on the hole.
I'm pretty shocked to see both of those misses.
Door wide open there for the card, and no one walks through it. The lead remains 3.
Hole 12, par 3, 491 going downhill. OB on the right side and long hazard on the left side. Backhand mid-range or forehand driver seem to be the most popular plays. If you're going to go out of bounds, better make sure it's right or long. You leave yourself quite a short putt if you're that aggressive.
Man, that's good.
Ooh,
That got a little lucky there at the end with the
that was a little scary, but
that width. Just so much trust. And it's Luke Taylor throws a mid-range on hole 12 time.
come on.
It's been fun watching him play this hole, man. 3 for 3 on drives inside the circle. All beautiful. I mean, what else can that... Just slow down. Wow. I mean, did that not look perfect?
Was it fairway driver?
Who knows? Everything he throws has the same flight to it.
Yeah,
It's a driver, mid-range putter.
It looked perfect if you're judging by the speed that was on the disc of Anttila and Taylor. But it got there quick.
I guess so.
This is nice and low. You would think this would get down before the basket.
And that one just hits a Velcro patch and stops on the dime.
I have to say, the lack of wind and the lack of lightning delays has been sublime here. Anttila, the action's coming in quick. Anttila with the low putt there from just outside.
Does not have... He cannot afford that miss. But I'm with you, Nate.
I just don't want to take it for granted.
Oh.
It's been nearly windless, perfect weather every day for a world championship. And after how many lightning delays the tour has been through in the last couple of years.
The weather this season has sucked.
And this, Virginia did it right. It's been absolutely beautiful every day we've played here.
But this is, I mean, everyone's trying to be at their best this week. You know, the game is all built on how can I peak at the World Championships, and the weather was thinking the same thing. So what does little bro Ezra do on 18?
Nice drift.
Yeah. I think big shot coming here.
He's got the course record with a par, but might as well go for the super course record and push to 12.
I was hoping he's going to go over the houses.
That is huge, though.
Jeez, this guy rips, dude.
That is huge.
Ezra throws so far. That was...
This is such a good spot.
Oh, left of the tree. Surprising.
Hey,
That's way short.
Fell out of his hand a little bit, maybe. That didn't have the pop I expected.
He had so much room in the hyzer. I'm surprised he took that left side.
Oh, no.
Well, just a course record.
Great round.
But that's going to hurt because you know it's going to cost him some thousands coming down the
Potentially,
stretch.
as well as he's played today. Record-breaking payout this year, $30,000 to the winner. I don't know if we've mentioned that on air yet.
Yeah, it's
$1,000 for
a bag.
44th place. Payouts going to places they haven't been before.
Introducing Disc Raptor, the best way to clean and dry your discs on the course. Make short work of mud, moisture, and dust in a quick spin. It's there when you need it. Welcome to the future of disc golf.
Hole 13, par 4, 768 downhill. Kind of a small landing zone here you've got to get to. Off the tee, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. You'd like to commit the disc way out over that out-of-bounds right side and swing it in late to give yourself the best opportunity to navigate that low ceiling. Or if you've got big power, Calvin Luke's type power, you might just want to push it all the way up across all the cart paths and leave yourself a simple putter to the basket. This is super high.
Yeah. He's been getting some insane drift with this disc and distance, but this is pushing that left side. Oh boy, that's going to be real close. We need help from a spotter. Come on, spotter.
Yeah.
All right. And that's going to be just Simon-like on the approach, just nothing in the way, really low ceiling.
This is more how I imagine it.
Yes.
Down that right side. Can it get over that path? Yes, that's the mark of a really big one.
To be fair, that's more Simon-like. Where Luke's at is where Luke was yesterday. So it's Luke-like, really. There's just nothing in the way that far left.
He's probably the most Luke-like guy here.
I don't know. Niklas is pretty...
Yeah, it's close. Nothing wrong with this shot.
That's just a good old-fashioned good drive. That's all that is right there. So Isaac won over in the last four. The field has had some opportunities. This is going to get inbounds. Isaac will have a good opportunity to get back in his birdie ways. Pretty low. Oh, but a good skip. Birdie coming.
Very well done.
Correct use of the backstop behind the basket. Just drive it into that hillside. Yeah, look where Luke is. This is just easiest approach you'll have for birdie on the course.
Thank you.
To be there 2 days in a row is
Yeah,
pretty insane.
it's Luke-like. Oh, Calvin. Ooh, almost drew a piece of metal there. And Niklas, the putter, has not been hot over the last two. This one's a bit shorter, and he makes good.
Easy birdies all around.
Mm-hmm. I've seen quite a few comments this week about most boring course on tour to watch. I hate that you guys feel that way, because if you play this course, I guarantee you don't feel that way as a player. It might come across that way on the screen. it doesn't always capture all the hills in the right way and all the different, the particulars of each shot shape and angle that this course requires. But this place is tough, and it is absolutely a major championship venue in my opinion. There are some weird holes, this one being one of them. This hillside is insane as a green with the rocks and everything, and on that 45-degree slope. But this is a tough course, and I think that it is very fitting to crown a world champion, personally.
Yeah, it doesn't feel boring to play, that's for sure. And as much as we have seen that, I think refreshing to see almost unanimous just praise for the guitar riffs. I think that's been cool to see everybody in the comments come together and just finally agree on something. So
it's been
my hat's off there.
Divisive times. It's nice to see
there's
that we
been
can all
times
come
where people
together.
have been kind of all over the place on the music, but this is the first time I've seen just literally
100.
everyone in the comments positively speaking about the music. So that's cool.
Inside drives for both Luke and Calvin, absolutely perfect. If you want to birdie this hole, which I tell you, all these guys right now, they want to birdie this hole. This is a hole Isaac for sure will be playing for par.
Is this 2 inside?
Not if you like perfect
Wow,
shots.
that's moving up the fairway.
Way up there. You almost have to feel like the disc is coming out of your hands way earlier than you're comfortable with to get that far left. All 3 of those guys are going to have an opportunity to throw into the green. And watch, Isaac will just play the right side as long as he controls the distance properly.
Love it.
Again, pushing that deep side. But that's a play for par. And that's just fine if you're Isaac, but that also is just fine for the other 3 that are trying to attack.
This is the type of hole where you're just going to go ahead and dare them to try it. You know, it's a huge birdie if you can get it. Congratulations, take your stroke. But if you're Isaac, playing for par certainly is the right decision.
And Luke, one of the few players yesterday able to grab the birdie from a big putt, and that's a good drive.
Take maybe an even bigger one today. That looks like it's out at edge of circle 2. This has potential.
Oh, this is looking really good. This could get up to C1 edge. Oh, it does. And it rolls away a little bit, but yeah, 37 feet coming.
One of the better approaches I have seen.
Still haven't seen anyone get over and onto that path. That little hillside just at the very end is just stopping them. But maybe Niklas.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Right at the stairs as well.
it's about as good as you can approach it right there. So Isaac up first, just trying to cross your fingers here, land it safely and flat, and hope it doesn't roll away. Oh,
Hate this green. It's so stressful.
oh, that's great. The father puts his hand on the face. Isaac puts his hand on his chest, and the fist bump.
It's so stressful.
Yeah, it is. Luke, come
No
on!
way!
Run it in! Again!
How is he doing that?
Oh, the crowd. Memories he'll never forget. Luke Taylor this week. He's got his own subplot going on this week. It's
That
been
is
awesome.
So cool.
And up next is our Jomez of what we just saw. Look at this right side the whole way. Catch the rightmost chains and pull it in. Cool. Now Niklas, an opportunity. Yes. Oh!
Come on.
Oh my God, that's the worst roll I've ever seen. That's worse than...
This putt's perfect, is it not?
Well, let's see.
Maybe a touch high, but
Okay.
that is brutal.
It didn't think about it for a moment, Nate, and it just put it on the worst perfect instant send you across town roller angle I've ever seen. Absolutely heartbreaking. Full on tough approach coming. Oh, I'm sick. Just sit. Jump off a rock and go in the basket. I mean, like,
please. That was a brutal spit out. But this green is too much. The slope is too much.
Calvin after that
Sit.
hits cage and sits. Oh. Wow. I can't even imagine how Niklas is feeling inside right now.
That putt was to close it to two.
Yeah.
To two.
And 17's coming. And 16's coming.
I mean, it's two. That's like... That is such a shame.
And instead, it'll be 4. With 4 to go. And Isaac's game plan on 5, playing for par, gets 2 players to take bogeys. And his game plan to take par in 14 gets the closest player to take a bogey. With a little bit of help from the course.
Wow. Interesting reaction off the roots for Eagle McMahon.
And he's having himself a day and a world championship. Up to 32 under, T4 currently. Don't show that. Come on, don't show that. Unless that better be foreshadowing for a cool roller we're going to see in a couple holes. That better not be something that just happened on this green. Too soon. Hole 15. You just sit there, Nate. I'll take care of this one. Par 5, 755. There is eagle potential here. Drive up to this second tier up here. You can get another shot up this massive slope. At one point, I heard that this was called a par 4. So take that for what it's worth. It is eagleable. We've seen some eagles on this hole, and they're going to need them if they want to catch this guy who's got a 4-shot lead.
Whoever called this a par 4 should be thrown in jail.
I think they actually currently are in jail. It's insensitive to say that.
This is too high. It must be, right?
Yeah, unless it gets a roll off these rocks, no.
And we might be talking about a never cross situation. It'll be interesting to see where the spot is.
Yeah, it's really difficult. In times like these, I like to use the spectators as a guide. What did you guys see?
This is in similar danger.
This is like a repeat. This is like the same exact shot shape. Almost at the same rock.
Look, is that the other disc in the rocks?
I think so.
Right there?
That was the same shot.
Putter. That tells you anything about his intentions. Has a lot to do with being in bounds.
Well, I mean, the only way that anyone can catch him, it's not hard for him to play for par on all the upcoming holes. They'd have to go, Niklas specifically and only, would have to go birdie, 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 birdie
to force the playoff.
But with this hole's eagle potential, Niklas can get classy here.
Sure.
And try to get pretty aggressive with his next shot. He set himself up well.
But I also don't think that Isaac has given up the birdie by going putter. I think birdie is still very much in play for him.
I'm saying if he wanted to.
Because from there,
yeah,
you might as well. You know, you're not going to, I don't think we're going to see him lay up super short of the basket from there unless he has a terrible line. He's
green light go.
Still going to try to put it up there and make birdie.
That was a little too conservative for my liking in this position for Niklas.
I would think in between these two stakes right here at least. Right?
Why do we have
Yeah, but like, he doesn't have...
I was thinking where it bubbles out, I thought they crossed.
Right. And that's what I was thinking
So-
too.
What about you, Calvin?
Yeah, I feel like I crossed, but also we do have the spotters thing. They're also like... Right, they're right here and they were coming
And they were pretty
Heiser.
high.
And, yeah.
Okay.
I would
So-
think
I would think
The two
somewhere
of
back
you
there.
say right there?
Yeah.
probably
Okay.
in front of that stake right there.
Yeah, the stake behind
And
Zach.
Nicholas, this race. Okay. It's to you.
I might want my disc, so...
Good communication. Calvin, this is a good effort. Is it clean? Oh,
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it's clean.
Great angle control, great nose control all the way. About as far as he could possibly get it up there from back where his disc was spotted.
Leaf knocks it down, but it still manages to get up the hill a good bit. An opportunity to go birdie on 14, huge uphill OB ridden birdie on 15 back-to-back days. That would be pretty cool.
This is a huge shot, I think. And it's
That's
not
okay.
looking like a birdie. You just feel like anytime you get to having more strokes in hand than there are holes to play, the odds are so slim. Oh, does this split? Oh, yes, into the bullseye for Niklas.
Not the line I think he had intended, but the result will be more than likely a stroke picked up on the leader unless Isaac gets real crazy here and tries to make this putt. I don't see that happening, though.
Obviously, if Niklas's putt on the previous hole stays in, Isaac's strategy may well have changed. But just to think that this would be closing it to a stroke.
I know. I mean, if you don't feel robbed right now, then you're biased. Good effort from Luke. Even tried the Anheuser angle and everything. And just too far from where that drive crossed. Calvin, great effort on that third throw, but it'll be par. So Niklas will grab a stroke on the entire card with his birdie. I think that camera angle right there is the best indication we've had all week on how close that OB is behind the basket.
I don't feel like I really have a dog in this fight. I want to see the best golf possible. And I think with these three guys, Robinson, Heimburg, and Anttila, I honestly don't think I've ever heard anyone say a bad thing about any of them. Ever. I think they're universally respected and loved players by their peers and by the fans. So you just want to see a fair fight. Obviously, it's in the past. Forward now, couple holes to play. But I think disc golf is lucky to have any of these three guys as a champion. And it's looking increasingly likely that it's going to be a two-time Isaac Robinson.
Everything changes. Life changes. Seasons change. And your personal style changes too. Luckily, your Zuka can change with you. One frame, with a lifetime warranty, can stick with you through thick and thin. And if it's time for something new, just swap out your insert to match the new you. Match your style and let your Zuka grow with you.
I do want to give a couple shout outs there. Simon, Aaron Gossage, Anthony Barella, all eagled it.
Nice.
All inside 18 feet as well.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it had some eagle opportunities today.
Hole 16, par 4, 998. This is a statement birdie if you can get it. I guarantee you Isaac doesn't want it at all. He's going to play short. The other guys are going to have to go roller or giant air shot. Niklas is on the tee now. Critical that this gets a green flag.
Let me just say, I already don't like it. This hole being downhill, when you go downhill, your rollers have to be thrown with overstable discs. They just are going to turn over faster. The disc is going to get over. And Niklas only throws that really flippy disc for rollers. I just never thought it had a chance, and it didn't. And look, I think Luke is going to do thrower again.
Did he learn something? Is he thinking maybe he's
Are you
mastered
kidding?
the
Is he
power
going
of
to
the
find
thrower?
safety again? You got to be kidding me. This guy is not.
He's
trying to throw rollers.
He's using the thrower to his advantage now.
No, we can't weaponize a thrower. This is not
We
cool.
can't. But he can. This looks overcooked.
Yeah, this is turning over too much.
Oh, and this is exactly what Isaac Robinson is not. I wouldn't even go as far as to say hoping, but this is so good for his chances. Now he can absolutely take shots with this par. I mean, saving par from the out of bounds those guys just got.
Nope.
I don't know that it's even possible.
It's like probably in the 650 range. If not 650, it's like just barely less than that. It is a full rip.
So this shot just needs to chew up distance, get down in bounds. It looks like it's going to do that.
This is like one of those holes where, like, it's hole 5 again. Like, it's not Isaac's going to try to take a par on 16. Isaac's going to take a par on 16.
Yeah.
It's too simple of a layup, and then the big shot across, and then the next layup for him, it's cake. The only way to get strokes on him on this hole is to do the aggressive play, and they all in this situation have to take that chance.
Have to.
And
Oh,
Niklas,
no. Oh, good. The
Does he
stake
get the
saves him.
stake?
The stake saves him. He deserves a good break, and
Yeah.
that is a good break.
Yep. That prevents the double bogey at least. Calvin doesn't need to look at this one. He knows this thing is way OB. Just never got its turn.
And again, that's about taking a necessary risk. He's trying to make 650 happen.
Yeah.
He needs the height. He needs to hope that he can achieve the turn at that apex point. Unfortunately, this time he wasn't able to do it.
And Luke is turning over his approach. If this doesn't get a little bit of luck, I think he's going to find OB, and he does. And a good hustle from our spectators, but I mean, just the dream situation gets even dreamier for Isaac.
Great approach. You put that one close and you can start dreaming about how you're going to chip your way up the rest of the course. I mean, now that he's done that, if he can put that putt in, he's going to be in a position where you can kind of start to just go, barring an ace or a throw-in, I just need to get these pars.
I mean, it'd be pretty ridiculous for us to think that all of a sudden he's just going to do something that he hasn't done in the previous 88 holes. He has been a robot. Calvin up. Going to take a 6. Luke will have an opportunity to save the par, but it's going to be a low ceiling, downhill putt with danger behind it. Currently tied for 4th place. Every stroke, so much money on the line. Got to be smart here. And gives it a run. So impressed with his play this week.
Niklas in for the bogey.
Surprised to see 12 birdies today. There was a little bit more headwind on this hole today than there had been in prior days, which made that tee shot a little bit more difficult for the roller. But I see that you were one of the 12. Well done.
Thank you. I went with that overstable roller based on your tips.
It's an overstable roller type of hole. Well, Isaac's feeling real cushy right about now, folks. 4-shot lead, 2 to go. Eagle McMahon finished at 8 under, up in 3rd place.
And what are we going to see Isaac do
I'm
here?
curious.
The chip, the boat. I mean, with 4 shots, you can kind of imagine either play. I sort of lean chip up.
I wonder if he even practiced that.
I don't know. That's also a consideration. If he didn't ever think about laying it up,
No, he's going for it.
Yeah, this looks like he's going to send it. Certainly bringing bogey into play, but also birdie.
That's at the farthest part. Oh, no. Bad reaction off the roots. Door opens.
Absolutely.
Door opens.
That was well thrown, but a terrible reaction back into the water.
Whoa.
Guaranteed bogey.
I mean, this is your moment, Niklas.
Oh, no.
Yeah. This is going to take some sort of magical powers from the Weeping Willow. And just a early release. Didn't get the angle right. Door slams shut. Whoa. So high. Gonna have to filter through. Oh, jeez. Kerplunk.
How does that hit a tree clearly on dry land and end up like 25 feet in the water?
It hit the tree trunk pretty square.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, let's see if Calvin can get in bounds. Need to sit soft. Oh, 2 of them hit dry land and come. Actually, 3 of them with Luke's hitting the tree. They all come back OB, and that sends them all to the drop zone.
In a way, I got my wish. Around the practice green this morning and talking to the other players about what was going to go down, we all sort of agreed, just don't let 17 decide this thing. Because it is so fluky and tiny
fickle?
green. Yeah, fickle, sure. It's such a brutal island. We were all just saying, please don't let it come down to.
Oh, wow. Niklas.
Wow, that was a fantastic run. Please don't let it come down to a bounce off a root. Please don't let it come down to something sliding out of bounds, someone else kicking off a tree and parking it, you know?
Right.
So, in a way, happy to see this hole nullified and have everyone in the card taking the same score. Well, likely taking the same score. Calvin's sending it.
Yeah, and they will all take the same score. But yeah, that's a good point. You'd hate to see some sort of strange break, like it hit the stake coming in, you know?
Sure.
Or someone throws it out, it's going to go out of bounds long and hits the stake and stays in.
And that there's always going to be little interesting things like that. But, you know, and I'm not, certainly not against island holes in the concept. And this hole is a very pretty hole. But look how thin the green is. I mean, It's fitting right in our camera frame here, all the way from the front to the very back. It's a little extreme.
Close. And it's close to the pin in doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree with you. And it would have been nice to see somebody step up there with the crowd.
Sure.
And all the, the hype of the moment. But, going into the final hole, I kind of would like to see a 2-stroke swing.
Sure.
Or an opportunity.
But you want it to be entirely based on skill.
Yes. Well, Isaac's going to need some skill to not take a 8 or a 9 going into the final hole. But yeah, barring an absolute collapse, we are going to see a 2-time world champion, a 3-time major champion in just the last 2 seasons in Isaac Robinson. And he has an opportunity to do something that I believe only Paul Macbeth and Barry Schultz have ever done, and that is win a wire-to-wire world championship. Barry's is kind of crazy considering when Barry was winning worlds, they were like 8 rounds.
You're suggesting Ken Climo was never wire-to-wire?
It's just what I heard at some point that was on the line.
Wow.
I'm not saying that Ken Climo did never win one.
I don't know.
It's a very short list.
Yeah.
But an even shorter list... Well, it's actually not an even shorter list, but there are very few multiple-time MPO world champions. And he's not going to celebrate yet, but okay. Little awkward high five. Father, very proud moment for him, I'm sure.
Niklas needs par to hold off Eagle McMahon and get himself solo second place and $20,000.
Yeah, I think there's a $5,000 difference between second and third place. So very important hole for Niklas right now, financially speaking. And Luke Taylor still with a T4 next to his name. That is a pretty amazing week. When Nate Doss came out here to walk the course before he did his DGN commentary, he said the first player he saw was Luke Taylor, and Luke told him, "I'm going to make you talk about me this week."
That is cool. Mission accomplished in a huge way.
No kidding. Certainly provided some moments I won't forget for a long, long time.
I would say this second shot is probably the most difficult on hole 18. Obi on that right side. He's going to look to push that line. He's done that beautifully. Does it swing back?
Yeah, it's really nice. But once again, I don't understand why he's not going over those trees. Anthony showed everyone yesterday how to play this hole.
That was perfect. Don't listen to my partner here in the booth. That was the best he could throw that shot. It was honestly a little more aggressive than I expected.
He knows no other way.
Just to put it right on top of that golf tee area.
Isaac's safe is just playing it where you wish your landing zones were.
Yeah.
Calvin's got this turning over, but gets the road in the stake bounce. Okay.
I think that was in either way.
Yes.
It was pushing straight.
I think the stake actually hurt him.
I do too. But at least it didn't send him to the right.
Yes. It kicked it into the good side. Really important shot for Niklas.
Looks just great.
Yeah, I think that clap you heard in the background is from either him or his caddy Tuomas understanding what's on the line here. Wow. That looks so effortless.
Yeah, flips up a little bit, just sails past.
That's awesome.
The other discs. I am sure that if you asked Isaac Robinson before this week if he was satisfied with the season following his first world title, he would have said, not nearly. It has not been without highlights, but it has certainly not been the type of season he expected from himself, and I think the type of season that we expected from him.
Surely.
On the back of that incredible performance in Vermont. But if you ask him in about 5 minutes how he feels about his season, he'll probably ignore you because he has so many people wanting to talk to him. But I think this is going to absolutely change. I mean, it means everything. You know, that's what I'm getting. Is my point. It's all is forgiven. Any missed cash, any disappointing result. Yes. I mean, the fact that he was able to come in here and play like that exact same guy that we saw last season and just be a force even more dominant than he was in Vermont. You know, this time just, that, like you said, wire to wire, announcing his intentions from the gun and just being impossible to pass, impossible to intimidate, impossible to knock off of his game and his game plan. We've been talking a lot about 30 under, maybe 35. You know, he's blown that away.
Yeah, with bogeys coming down the stretch. I mean, just doing what he needed to do to hold off everyone else. He could have got to 40 under if he needed to today.
Certainly. Back to back. World champion. Early in his career.
He's 22 years old.
Just about, I would think, just about the same age as Nate Doss was when he won his second. Similar early success as a very young player. That will do it. What a story. I'm amazed. I mean, he just wasn't, you knew he would probably be a factor, but I'm just amazed at how he was able to turn it up.
It's about to get sweaty in the eye department for the Robinson family. It's going to get real dusty in the eye region.
Well played by Calvin Heimburg.
Fourth place to the World Championship, tied with this man right here. What a week for Luke Taylor.
Been a joy to watch him play.
And Niklas Anttila, once again, a runner-up at a major championship. My goodness, you will have your day, and it will be soon. But for now, it's Isaac Robinson.
2024, two-time world champion Isaac Robinson. Huge congratulations. His fiance.
Life is good if you're Isaac Robinson.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 PDGA Professional Disc Golf World Champion and two-time World Champion, Isaac Robinson.
Paul Macbeth, Barry Schultz. Those are the only two guys in MPO to go wire to wire during a world championship title. You just joined that group. How do you feel right now?
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's ridiculous. Wow. Three strokes out here is nothing. That's one hole, you know, that maybe two holes. I knew I would have to come out hot, and so I really tried to put the pedal down the front nine because I feel like that's easier to score for me. I knew once I had a little bit of a lead, I could still play my game, but force them to kind of go for things that, you know, they would have to chase me down. And, you know, that's kind of what happened, and so game plan worked out. Yeah, I just want to thank my mom, and I just want to thank my fiance Bethany for her being out here. She's, 7 hours from home too, and just all the guys that I'm around all the time. Thank you guys. I said this last year, it's not going to feel real for a while. Coming out here and defending the title, I just never thought it would happen. I just didn't think it was possible.
Incredible. You're probably looking at a guy at 22 years old who, with that title, puts a pretty strong claim at being like one of the top 10 players ever. Like, just that quick. Back-to-back world titles, 3-time major winner. What an accomplishment.
I mean, instantly Hall of Famer. I mean, he already probably was at the world title. I can't imagine a world champion would not be a Hall of Famer, but yeah, world champion, 2 times over, 3-time major champion, and he's not even old enough to rent a car. Not even close. Wow. What a week. What a week.
Yeah.
Want to congratulate Samuel Sargent once again for the 100 first person in the Jomez Founders Club to reach 100 months of support. We appreciate all you guys. If your name's on the screen, you have no idea how much we appreciate you, or maybe you do, and we just want to say once again thanks. But thank you especially to Samuel Sargent. That's going to wrap it up for us here in Lynchburg. Thank you so much for watching this week. It has been a pleasure to bring you the 2024 Professional Disc Golf World Championships.
Pleasure working with you, my friend.
Always, buddy.